A couple of days ago, I sent a video into the daily called It's Not How, It's Who. And if you haven't watched that video, just go for a scroll back up through the feed and you'll find it. And if you can't find it, just send me a message and I'll send it to you, because I want you to watch that video before you watch this one. In that video, I spoke to you about the difference of someone who focuses on the how all of the time compared to someone who focuses on the who, which is the identity. It's standing in the shoes of the person who is already at the level that you want to be at and just doing what they do. And when you do what they do, it's inevitable that with time, you will get to the same position that they are in. It's not always guaranteed, but you have a much higher chance in actually getting to that spot. So in this video, what I wanted to walk you through was the actual specifics around what I think makes a $40,000 a month online coach. And if you can take these things and you can start doing these things and be ruthlessly consistent with these things, it's inevitable that you're going to start to break through ceilings in your business and get to levels that you want to get to. So let's start off with the first one. The $40,000 a month coach is posting to the feed 4 to 7 times per week, if not more. I know that I talk a lot about how you only need to post 4 to 5 times a week. Well, guess what? The coaches who are doing much more in monthly recurring revenue than both you and I are posting a lot more than that. It's as simple as that. The more views you can get or the more exposure you have, it's inevitable that your business is going to grow. I'm not saying that more views is more money, but more exposure to your audience is going to increase the amount of sales in your business. Now, the second thing is the $40,000 a month coach is posting to their stories 5 to 15 times a day, sometimes even more. And what this person is doing is they're mixing up between written stories and talking stories. And what they are doing is they're treating their stories like a reality TV show. And if you think about a reality TV show, what is a reality TV show? Well, 80% of the time, it's the show, right? And 20% of the time, it's probably more like 40% of the time these days, but 80% of the time, it's just the reality TV show. The other 20% of the time is when ads come on the TV, right? And this is your call to actions. So in your stories, you need to be showing your personal life. You need to be talking about your own business. You need to be teaching and providing value. You need to be sharing client wins, behind the scenes, days in the life. It's a reality TV show. The more you can expose yourself on your stories, the more people are going to get to know who the hell you are, and they're going to create a connection with you. And when you put up a CTA, they're going to bite. It doesn't mean it's going to happen straight away, but this is how you create that know, like, and trust with people. This is where your sales come from. Next, the $40,000 a month coach is testing 3 to 4 new ads every 2 to 3 weeks, even when their ads are working. This doesn't mean that, they put all their eggs in one basket and create one ad, launch it, and hope for the best. This person is actively testing new ads all of the time. And it's not just like testing an ad once ads shit the bed. It's always running ads. It's always testing ads, regardless on the status of the business. The next thing this coach is doing is tracking their numbers like their life fucking depends on it. You can't manage what you don't measure. So many coaches hound their clients about tracking their macros or eating the meals on their fucking food plan, whatever it is. They're all over their clients, but when it comes to showing up in their own business and tracking their own numbers, they're nowhere to be seen. If you don't track your macros in your business, you are just as bad as the fat client who never loses weight. Simple as that. Do you want to be fat? Probably not. Next, the $40,000 a month coach spends dedicated time refining their niche and messaging by reviewing client call transcripts, DMs, sales call notes, testimonials, asking client questions, check-in submissions, and comments on competitors' videos, even spending time in Reddit threads and on YouTube studying other people's videos. This is one of the highest paying tasks in your business. I don't think you understand how important it is to really understand your niche and messaging. The $40,000 a month coach is like a sniper that's been training for 20 years to hunt down one target. You spend 5 minutes on ChatGPT at the end of the day quickly asking it, hey, how do I talk to my client? And it spits out a whole bunch of shit. No wonder your business isn't where you want it to be, because you just rely on AI and you half-ass the messaging. It is competitive out there now. It's also really noisy. And if you spend hours and hours and hours obsessing about this stuff, you will reach new levels in your business. The next thing is this coach is completing what's called the weekly wrap-up process every single week. Not when they feel like it, they're doing it every week. If you don't know what this process is, in my school platform, you'll find under Client Machine, I believe it is, it's called the weekly wrap-up. And it's a process that you go through at the end of the week where you review your week. I've been doing this process every week for the last 3 years. No wonder my business has done over $1.6 million in that time frame. I obsess over how I went from the week just gone, and I plan out what's happening in the week to come. I'm not just waking up and going, what do I do today? Maybe I'm going to do this. No, everything is planned and everything is executed like a fucking sniper. Next thing, the $40,000 a month coach has an obsession with success in their business. They act like a gun is to their head and not like it's just this weekend hobby business. So many of you treat your business like it's just this hobby thing that you just tend to here and there, but your expectations are that of a 8-figure entrepreneur. You think that just spending an hour or two here and there is going to get you to $1 million a year. You're kidding yourself. No wonder your business isn't where you want it to be. It's because you're always half-assing it. You spend 3 hours a day scrolling on Reels. Why don't you spend that time obsessing over the messaging, learning copywriting, creating new ads, studying competitors' ads? Oh, no, that's too hard. I'd much rather sit there and doom scroll like a retard for 3 hours a day. I don't think so. The next thing is the $40,000 a month coach walks the walk, talks the talk, and fully embodies what they do. They are truly authentic. This comes with time, but this comes with also you being vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be yourself. Every man and his dog right now is creating AI content. They all sound the same. Carousels look the same. Reels all sound the same. Hooks sound the same. Ads sound the same. Everyone's just a fucking clone, and it's honestly, it's a shame to see. Like, it's almost embarrassing to be a coach these days with how pathetic content is looking. But there's a massive advantage in this. If you just truly embody who you are and you become fully authentic, you just be yourself, you'll be surprised how much more magnetic you become. That's what the $40,000 a month coach is doing. The next thing he or she is doing is not being reactive. The $10,000 a month coach is shutting their ad off after one bad day of lead flow. The $10,000 a month coach is freaking out when they get a no on a sales call. This is why you stay broke, is because you're reactive. The $40,000 a month coach, well, all decisions are based on data and logic, not emotion, right? Which feeds into the next one, is that they are ninjas and have elite precision. These two quotes are embedded in their brain. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That sometimes means you need to leave your ads for 14 days without touching them. And then measure twice, cut once. This again comes back to being precise and taking your time. The $40,000 a month coach isn't being reactive and bouncing all over the place like a squirrel that's had 3 scoops of fucking, Total War pre-workout. And if you don't know what that is, it's stuff that will keep you up for 3 days. They're not acting like that. They're cool, calm, and collected, and they're taking their time to make decisions. But they end up being fast with their decisions because it's based on data and logic, and they're not being reactive. My friend, if you can start to implement all of this stuff in your business, you will reach new levels of income. But it requires you to step into a different identity. Whatever level of business you're at right now, whatever money you make right now, that's your current identity. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting.